Welcome, Aries, to your reading for October 2023. This is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Some of you may have planets in the sign of Aries. You may have been intuitively guided, and if you are, I want to thank you for paying attention to your intuition. I feel like more and more of you through this channel are learning to trust your intuition, and that's a good thing. You could certainly have planets in the sign of Aries, or you may be in love with an Aries. Whatever brought you, I want to say welcome. Let's go ahead and get into your reading. We're going to use three different decks. We're going to use our Mother Mary for our words of wisdom, or for Mother Mary's words of wisdom. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify. And the deck that really called out to me for your main spread for this month is the Light Seers. So we'll use that for your main spread, but let's go ahead and start with Mother Mary. Let's give it a couple shuffles. Many of you know that I do shuffle your cards for quite a while before I begin. It's kind of where I'm just meditating on your energy, but I like to shuffle with you here also. So let's open up this reading. Let's give Mother Mary a cut. And let's begin. I feel excited about doing your reading, so I have a feeling I have a feeling there's good news on its way. But let's see. All right. Well, you got three cards, and they're all face up, so we're going to take them. I'm going to bring this lid down a little bit. Not too much. We have giving and receiving. I balance being generous and receptive because both are equally important. This reminds me of the Six of Pentacles. Feminine. Whether you're a male or female, remember we all carry that masculine and feminine energy. So for this month, it's calling for your feminine energy. I allow my feminine nature to shine brightly as a valuable part of my identity. That just means your nurturing energy. Allow it to shine. And then gratitude. Gratitude. As I notice and appreciate my blessings, I open the door to more of God's gifts. Beautiful. Giving and receiving, feminine, and gratitude. We'll move those over here and we'll read from the book at the end of the reading. Of course, many of you know that's just where I feel like it's most profound. Now, let's go ahead and bring in the Light Seers. This is going to be your main spread. If I can pick them up. I want to thank everyone who joined me for the lives last night. I had a great time. I feel like we got a lot of clarity, and I'll let you know. I'm going to continue to do it, so I'll let you guys know the next time we go live. I do it weekly for the members, but I also feel like I need to do for everyone. I'm going to bring this up just a hair. Okay. Just give them a cut. I want to give a shout out to my friend who is March 22nd. Let's begin. Let's begin. All right, Aries, October 2023. Remember though, time is fluid. I feel like you'll come across a reading or a reading will find you at just the right time. Just when you need it. That's how your guides work. That's how our guides work. All right, let's take what's face up first. Well, hello, Ten of Cups. Maybe that's why I was feeling very optimistic. That's the House of Harmony, House of Love. That's where I feel like in this house, I can really allow my inner child to shine. A lot of playfulness. It's interesting because I feel like here's a couple just watching their children play. The Empress. The Empress. Well, that would be your feminine nature. Um, let's think about the Empress. It's interesting because how I felt like, she's watching her children play. The Empress is someone, first of all, she's someone who receives a lot of epiphanies, a lot of signs. We all do, but this is someone who really pays attention to them and then puts them to use, right? Like she's about to give birth, like she's about to give birth any moment. And then we have the Page of Wands. This can be your younger energy. This can be your inner child. Um, I call the Page of Wands my foal because the Page of Wands is someone who is willing to take chances. Fear is like last on the list. Like if I feel passionate towards something, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Doesn't mean the page doesn't fall sometimes. Of course, the page falls, but the page gets back up again. Seven of Swords. Okay, well, what are you doing here? This is the meaning of the card is deception, envy. Someone may be envious of what you have, of who you are, of your creative nature. Um, it feels like this energy is walking away. So maybe like I've had that realization, but let's keep going. I feel like with the energy of the Seven of Swords, which again is deception, envy, untrustworthy type energy, but then the Empress is here. I feel like the Empress talks about how far that we have come. The Empress, I feel like, carries the energy of all the queens, has the experience and the wisdom of all the queens. That doesn't mean that she's fallen sometimes, but she's gotten back up. She's listening to her signs to move her forward. So I feel like if there's any type of deceptive energy around you, I feel like you could very easily pick up on that. We have the Six of Wands, energy of victory. Under that Ten of Cups, I'm still trying to figure out the light on my computer. Why it goes light and dark. I feel like if there was anyone in that Ten of Cups that carried untrustworthy energy, again, I feel like they're being moved out of it. It's going to talk about, like a relationship I was in, and now my eyes are wide open. It's interesting because I'm seeing this crow with like, or a raven, I'm not sure, just mouth wide open, and I feel like it's someone who potentially may have like bad communication. Seven of Swords is someone who takes more than their share. And it's interesting because I see the sun that's like illuminating this person. So again, I feel like whoever this is, it's going to be very clear to you. Or if it's not clear yet, it will be. We have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands in reverse. That may mean slow down, you move too fast. Don't you want the night to last? Three Swords. Interesting. Under the Page of Wands, next to the reversal of the Knight page, or the Knight of Wands. And look at this, the Knight of Cups. Interesting. It's almost like who's ever in this Ten of Cups, there's someone being swapped out for someone else. Um, it's beautiful that the Ten of Cups opened up the reading, and that is about the House of Harmony. But I do feel like, for at least a time period, there was someone in this energy that, I don't know, I feel like you couldn't trust. It has to be connected back to this Three of Swords. And, I feel like if this is talking about love, which is the Knight of Cups, really does speak about unexpected, some type of unexpected cup of fulfillment. But he is holding a dozen red roses in his hand. So, he's being very patient at the same time. And he's being mirrored by the Six of Wands. Again, victory. It's almost like someone is seeing you on this platform, on your platform. This person has a spotlight on him. Um, this could also talk about working from home. And I just get this feeling all of a sudden like maybe I myself have become successful on my own, and there may be someone that I was dealing with that, first of all, may be envious of your gifts. And I feel like because I've reached the energy of success, I'm no longer gonna accept that Seven of Swords energy. Like if you can't be truthful and honest with me, then you got to go. And by the way, he's heading in that direction. It's like he is leaving that Ten of Cups energy. And then the Knight of Cups underneath that. Uh, I feel like I feel like just be careful that you don't shut down your heart because of someone else's energy, right? It's like I dealt with someone who, again, I couldn't trust for whatever the reason, probably broke your heart. I mean, we do have the Three of Swords here. I feel like because the Knight of Wands is in reverse, it's like, in a way, I don't want to say stole your dreams, but hindered your dreams, hindered your ability to do well, to maybe move into this victorious type energy. But the Empress learns that I can't allow other people and their actions to affect my present and my future. We have giving and receiving over here from Mother Mary. So again, in the Seven of Swords, I feel like this is the energy where someone's taking more than their fair share. And it's interesting also because I feel like the Empress, she looks like she's dreaming. But whatever she's receiving in that dream, like the epiphanies or signs, or even the dreams themselves, I feel like eventually she's going to put them into action. And I do feel like, for a moment she was knocked down, like the Knight of Wands in reverse. That's usually where, something passionate is coming towards you. But it feels like your guides want you just to slow that part down for a second. You know what I mean? Like make sure that who's ever in that Seven of Swords energy, I feel like they gotta go. They gotta go because I feel like someone else wants to replace their part. Almost like um, this person of the Seven of Swords, it also speaks about envy. And they could certainly be envious of like your skills, your talent. And some swords is bad communication. It's someone who it's maybe why I'm seeing that raven's mouth wide open, almost like a ratchet jaw. You know what I mean? And I got to stop believing what they're saying. It can be someone who lies a lot. And again, it's being mirrored by the Ten of Cups. So even though the Ten of Cups is beautiful type energy, doesn't always mean that there's not someone connected to that, can contribute like they should. Again, it's almost like they're taking more more than they've earned. Let's put it that way. And it does end up affecting you. The Three of Swords is heartache. Now this is prior heartache. And maybe you're starting to overcome that. And the Knight of Wands, I feel like it's just really saying, because the Knight of Wands usually is very fast moving energy, but it may be asking you just to slow it down a moment, like catch your breath, allow yourself to, not take on the energy of whoever this was in the Seven of Swords, overcome it. And again, their energy is being illuminated to you. And then I feel like this Knight of Cups is the energy that is ultimately going to replace them. Hmm. Okay, well, hello, lovers. Following the Knight of Cups, card of Gemini. The meaning of the card is a head over heart decision, but it's also chemistry. There's no doubt it's chemistry. I feel like these two people, when they meet, when they come together, it's like right off the bat, they feel that chemistry. And it may be something different than you have ever felt before. It's like I've been dealing with someone who, all of a sudden remind me of like my ex-husband, and I'd say, "Can you go get me a gallon of milk?" And then I wouldn't see him for 2 days. You know what I mean? And I had to end that, right? I had to end that. So I feel like that's what you're doing. Because again, the sun's illuminating this person's action. And it's interesting because it's the only energy like that's in, if you just look at the image, it's like he's in this cold atmosphere. So I feel like it's someone who is very cold, a taker, giving and receiving. I gotta know. Interesting with the Three of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like some of you are just learning a lesson right now, or this is what you've been learning. You know, eh, the Three of Pentacles talks about your uniqueness, your creativity. It's being mirrored by the Empress. So that is very creative energy. And again, I feel like the Empress is being led. You know what I mean? Like she's working hand in hand with her spirit guides. However, I do feel like there's a bump in the road, and the bump in the road, again, is that Seven of Swords that ultimately turns into the Three of Swords. But at the same time, and I don't think that's where you're staying. So I feel like this is saying some of you, you're learning, how do I say this? Like you're learning to love yourself again. And when I say you're learning to love yourself again, that means that you're starting to trust in yourself. You're starting to trust your abilities, no excuses. Um, and it's other people who, sometimes unbeknownst to you, are seeing that talent. It's interesting because I feel like this Seven of Swords tried to shut that part of you down. And I feel like they were successful for a moment. But because your guides are illuminating this person and their energy, and they're untrustworthy. And where does it stem from? Well, it stems from a lack mentality. This could be someone who grew up and didn't have a lot, and like we all could say that our childhoods were, not everyone, but difficult. But then we make choices. What am I going to do about that? Am I going to make sure that I focus on my work and on my finances and on my foundation, or am I just going to follow suit? You know what I mean? Am I going to just accept the way things were and become that way myself? Someone's trying to shut you down. It's like almost like they don't want you to believe in yourself. And I feel like that's why the Knight of Wands is also there. But the Lovers is mirroring the Ten of Cups. I in no way feel like the Lovers is the same person in the Seven of Swords. I feel like the Lovers is who's ever in the Knight of Cups. Again, unexpected couple fulfillment after the heartache. Some of you, I feel like, you may have like retreated for a little while. It's like you really just had to find yourself again. And I feel like you do. But you have to believe in yourself too. The Three of Pentacles talks about your uniqueness to the world. You're the missing piece of the puzzle. And sometimes people can beat that out of us like, you're no good. You won't be successful. But again, this person, and by the way, maybe some of you you're already successful and someone may be taking, right? Taking, but they're not, they're taking more than their fair share. I don't feel the Empress would allow that, not for long. What we want to remember also is, we're not put on this, in this world, in this lifetime to heal, those who have no intentions of healing, right? Change those who have no intentions of changing. So we got to look at, okay, well, what should I do for me then? The Empress learns not to close down her heart. She stays loving, she stays nurturing and feminine. Again, Mother Mary, bringing out that feminine side. So, I feel like there could be some type of, again, some cup of fulfillment that's coming your way connected to the Lovers. I mean, it's the next card that follows. It has a victory right above it. And I feel like someone may be like they see you on your platform and they recognize your talent. They recognize your uniqueness. Um, and even though the Knight of Wands again is in reverse, I feel like it's just simply energy. And it's simply, allowing myself to heal from any prior heartache, right? But then taking a chance again. Page of Wands is like the Fool, right? I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take a leap of faith. Let's keep going. We'll definitely figure out who this Knight of Cups is, who the Lovers is. Now remember, you'd be one part of the Lovers. Who is the other part? 333. Whoa, whoa. All right, we have the High Priestess, and we had a card lie. Ten of Swords, though it did show in reverse. And I think that's a very good thing. Ten of Swords can be a repeat pattern of taking dagger after dagger in my back. It makes sense because it's mirroring the Seven of Swords. But because the Ten of Swords is in reverse, I feel like you're breaking this pattern. You're no longer accepting their energy. You're allowing those swords to fall out. That's what I love about the Ten of Swords in reverse is those daggers that got us in the back, right? That maybe, I don't know, I feel like wasted a lot of our time with maybe false promises, bad communication, telling us that we couldn't when we absolutely can. But then we bought it for a while, right? We did buy it for a while. But, I feel like their days are numbered if they're not already gone because these 10 swords, again, are falling out. It's like you are breaking this pattern. You're breaking off from whoever is the Seven of Swords. And it also makes sense with the Knight of Cups being here. First of all, I feel it's beautiful that you are allowing these swords to come out. That means you're recognizing a pattern. And, it doesn't always have to mean your pattern. It could be someone else's pattern. But then maybe I took it too long. I kept taking it over and over again. Well, that is energy that the Empress learns. The Empress isn't just loving and nurturing and creative, um, but she's also very powerful. Her power comes from her recognition of the lessons that she has learned along the way. I feel like she is someone who wants to help other people. Sometimes I can help the wrong person. So I feel like this Empress is learning a lot. She's learning to believe in herself. There's a lot of energy of your own creativity. There's energy of being victorious within your own platform. Even if you're working from home, I feel like there's someone noticing the work that you do. Um, Not just noticing, but it's almost like, this night of cups feels again very laid back, relaxed, patient. And because the Knight of Wands is in reverse, it's almost like this knight intuitively understands I have to let the Empress overcome this energy, the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords, and then it's my time to come in. All right, let's move these up a little bit. See what's on the bottom of the deck. Well, first of all, the sun showed. There's an illumination you need. But that wasn't really the bottom of the card. Look at this, the Nine of Pentacles, beautiful. So the sun wanted to show, oh, look at this, Ten of Pentacles underneath that, and the Strength card. Interesting because I don't know why I'm going back, but I feel like I need to because here, let's just start with the Eight of Swords, self-created prison. You know, and the only one who can uncreate this prison is you because it is your prison. And a lot of people create that prison for protection. But the Empress learns I don't need to create these walls. What I need to do is trust my intuition, not second guess it. And if other people are telling me, I can't, I won't, or they're taking more than their fair share, this is taking that blindfold off and seeing the truth for what the truth really is. And then you have the Strength card. Strength card is the ability to overcome. It's an eight. It's about a new beginning, but it's also about your power. As you overcome these challenges or obstacles, and that's kind of what the Seven of Swords feels like. Like you as a challenge. It was an obstacle to my future. So the Strength card says, well, take a moment and look within yourself. And why? Because I feel like it's about trusting yourself again. Not taking someone else's word for, who you can be, what you can do. If you're loving, if you deserve love, you do deserve love. But maybe this person just doesn't know how to love. I'm really giving them a bad rap, but I feel that. And then the Nine of Pentacles, successful self-employment. I feel like some of you, again, may be working from your home, like you may be on the computer, on social media, and there may be someone who is like taking note of of what you do, admiring you as a person, and what you bring to the world. And again, I feel like this knight's being very patient before he offers this cup of fulfillment. And, again, the lovers. But anyways, let's get back to this. So I feel like if you're working from home, this is great energy. If you have your own business, this is fantastic energy. The Nine of Pentacles is successful self-employment. It doesn't have to be self-employment though. It can be like promotions, that type of energy. Really what it talks about is the energy. For me, I feel like it's very independent energy. It is where I don't need to depend on someone else. Maybe I don't need to take someone else's bullshit. I've had enough. I'm going to let these swords drop off and I'm going to start living my life the way that I feel, the way that I see it. And then the sun is just illuminating that for you, and it's bringing out your inner child. This is the card of Leo, by the way. And then the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Ten of Pentacles. First of all, Ten of Cups, the House of Harmony, the House of Love. This is where, you should feel very natural in it. You should be able to like be who you truly are in it. Ten of Pentacles is an energy of abundance. This is an energy that can truly take root. So again, if like you find yourself in the spotlight, and it doesn't have to be a literal spotlight, it just means that in the Six of Pentacles, really what's going on is other people are paying attention to you because of actions that you've taken. Because you were bold enough to take those actions. And I feel like our experiences, if we understand them, if we reflect upon them, we can truly help others. So some of you may be in that energy of helping others. But I do feel like if you're working from home, this is very abundant type energy. I feel you know, like I don't need this person in the Seven of Swords to complete me. Maybe I thought I did, but now I see it. Now I know it, right? And I feel like the person in the Seven of Swords can be someone who tells a lot of lies. Could be someone that you knew back in the day with the page above the Three of Swords and right next to the Seven of Swords. I feel like I don't even want to give this person too much time because I feel like we're moving on from that. Like this is talking about your growth from that point on. All right, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot and let's just get right into this. By the way, we opened this spread with the Ten of Cups. Beautiful. The House of Harmony. And we finished this spread with the Ten of Swords in reverse. Daggers of the past dropping out. Now, is it because of this Knight of Cups? Well, could help. But I don't think it's a must. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like it's like you're sitting there saying, like, if I don't have love, then, I have nothing. Mm-mm. I feel like a lot of you are like, you're learning, you're starting to get lost in your craft. You're opening yourself up to, epiphanies and your signs from your spirit guides. And don't forget the Empress again, like she has lived life. She's been there. She's done that. But she doesn't shut down her heart. It's a lesson that she learned. She may have done it temporarily, but ultimately she learns like her value. Um, and that she's connected to her guides. So she's both loving, nurturing, powerful, and strong. I feel like once we claim the Empress's energy, because I feel like we all have that within us, um, once we claim that energy, once we understand that energy, again, any type of deception or envy or that, anything down that road, it's going to be completely illuminated to this Empress. And, you know, She doesn't need to create these walls, these barriers. She trusts her own energy. And I feel like that's what the high priestess is here for also. Like trusting my energy. And even as it relates to love, someone new may be coming in. And it's interesting because I may have given a lot of time to this person in the Seven of Swords. And then here's this Knight of Cups, like just patiently waiting, right? What are they waiting for? They're waiting for you to allow yourself to heal. And they're waiting for these swords to drop out of your back. Now they may help with that also. But let's go deeper. So we're going to start at the beginning, but we're reading it as a whole. So I'm looking at the Ten of Cups, the Empress, the Page of Wands, Seven of Swords. Look at that, Seven of Swords again. Right over the Ten of Cups now. So now it gives me no doubt that there was someone like potentially in the household who, I don't know, Aries. I feel like, if they haven't left already or you haven't kicked them out already, I feel like you got to think about that because this Ten of Swords or this Ten of Cups is now has it mirrored by the Seven of Swords, but the Seven of Swords is right over it. Well, hello. That's beautiful. So Six of Swords. This means that you have looked at it. This means that you know who that Seven of Swords is. And this means that you're moving away from that. When I see the Six of Swords, I always go back to the Five of Swords. Energy that became toxic to me. Whether it be a person or even person filling my head full of negative thoughts. Six of Swords means I see it, I realize it, and now I'm moving away from it. Doesn't mean that you're necessarily moving out of that Ten of Cups, but I feel like I'm kicking who's ever in this Seven of Swords out of my life. I feel like I'm glad that the Ten of Swords is in reverse because if it was in the upright, I would say you're still in this repeat pattern of maybe believing the Seven of Swords, maybe accepting it, where I feel like everything is saying don't, right? But because the Ten of Swords is in reverse, I feel very strong that you have no doubts. Like if you're trying to wonder, well, who could that be? Then that message probably is not for you, because I feel like it must be very clear to many of you who the Seven of Swords belongs to. Let's keep going. We have the King of Swords over the Page of Wands, and then we have the Strength card over the Seven of Swords. All right, so the King of Swords can potentially be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We do have Gemini down here, but it doesn't have to be. Let's talk about this King because the Empress is heading towards this energy. So, as a king, a King of Swords, forget the sign, think about their energy. Because the King is in the upright, that means that this is someone who does live within their truth. This is someone who has learned the art of communication, where I feel like whoever the Seven of Swords is quite the opposite, like, like a ratchet jaw, like, rah, 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 rah. You can't, you won't, just all that negativity. But it feels like you're heading towards like someone who is much more honest, not much more honest, but is honest. I'm not going to say never tells a lie because I feel like we all tell little white lies. But in the Seven of Swords, I feel like it's over and over and over again. And then we have the Strength card coming over the Seven of Swords. You know, um, First of all, I feel like in the Strength card, can the person of the Seven of Swords heal? Well, I'm never going to say no. But they do feel a little narcissistic, to be honest with you. But it's up to them to figure out their own demons. Strength card is about looking within and understanding like our own demons, understanding that we're both light and dark, masculine and feminine. And it's about finding the balance between that. Can this person in the Seven of Swords figure that out? Well, I don't know. But I can tell you this, I feel like it's not your job to help them figure it out. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we've got to let whoever that energy is, you know, first of all, I feel like we got to let them go. We got to move on from that. And I do see you doing that. But then we also have to understand that, we can't heal everyone. And even if, like, because the page is there, for some of you, it could be a child, but it could be a child that just keeps asking and taking and asking and taking. And it's not going to benefit them if you just keep giving and giving, but yet they do nothing with it. So that may be a message for some of you also. So this person in the Seven of Swords, it's their demons, and they're the ones that have to figure it out. In the meantime, I feel like you just keep on moving. Keep on moving. All right, let's keep going. Um, this can be a little bit of love, but this can also talk about like what you do for a living. Let's say that like I work for a company and like I do receive a lot of like I have a lot of ideas and maybe I do tell someone or someone is like stealing my ideas and claiming them as their own. Well, how long are you going to take that, right? So I feel like if let's say I go to the boss and I say that to the boss, like this person just keeps, it's like looking over my shoulder and taking everything that I create and claiming it as their own. Well, let's say the boss does nothing about that. Well, then I feel like you're on to bigger and better things. Because I feel like it is your wisdom and not theirs. So if, you know, the higher ups don't want to deal with that, then I feel like you're going to take a different route. Like I'm going to plan B, and plan B may be you're starting your own business. You're taking that wisdom. And you know what? I feel like because you have the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, you become the sole benefactor of your hard work. Again, maybe creating your own platform. Well, look at this, the Knight of Cups. How interesting. Because we have the Seven of Swords mirroring the Seven of Swords. Now we have the Knight of Cups mirroring the Knight of Cups. I felt right off the bat that this person in the Knight of Cups, again, the Knight of Cups means that there's an unexpected couple fulfillment coming towards you. But I felt like I did feel the energy of like they're recognizing what it is you do in the world, and I don't feel like you may even know that. I find it so interesting now that the Knight of Cups is directly over the Six of Wands. Again, that's the energy of being victorious, but the spotlight is on you at the same time. And I feel like, even though I have the Ten of Cups, yet there's some type of untrustworthy energy there. It doesn't mean I lose the Ten of Cups. It just means that the person of the Seven of Swords needs to get out of that Ten of Cups with, you can't live in the Ten of Cups with me. Like, no more, no longer. So, and I felt this a lot in August, in October also, that, other people are taking notice of what you do. And, it's like I see, and again, I've seen this in quite a few readings where, like, and, it's just the way of the world now, like on social media. Maybe, I put that I was in a relationship, but then I changed my status to single and someone's like, okay, that's what I was waiting for. That's my time to come in. Communication. Knight of Swords. Interesting because the Knight of Swords is looking right back at the Knight of Cups. They're looking at each other. And it's coming over another knight, the Knight of Wands. And I feel like this knight is, again, feels very patient. Like, I'm not going to move in before the timing is right. Almost like, like I know someone is involved with another and, until they become, let's say, single or change that status to single, that's when I make my move. So I feel like this is talking about how this comes about, and it feels like it's through some type of communication. And I also feel like this person is willing to take it slow. Doesn't mean that they won't feel all that passion, but I feel like they know. It's almost like they know that they have to, like, and again, it may be their intuition is telling them that. Like, I know I can't move too quickly, because I don't want to scare this person off, right? I know that they just have overcome something pretty traumatic, so I want to be there, but I don't want to be pushy at the same time. Let's keep going. Well, hello, Will. Destiny. Over the three swords, and I feel like our soul came into this lifetime. If we look at Earth as a classroom, right? And we're spiritual beings having human experiences. We're here to learn, right? And we are here to love, but we're also here to create and to be the best we can be. And the only way I feel like we can do that is to have these experiences. Like, I don't feel like life is just meant to be all hunky dory. I feel like sometimes we have to go through these difficult situations, but that's where we gain our power. And I'm saying that because I feel like all of these experiences belong on your wheel. And all these experiences are teaching you, not just teaching you, but making you a much more powerful person. The sun right over the night. So we saw the sun back here with interesting because the sun comes between the Nine of Pentacles, independent energy. Boom, there's the sun, illumination into the Ten of Pentacles. So maybe I am changing from the Ten of Cups into the Ten of Pentacles, a much more rooted type energy. I feel like this is definitely saying, first of all, card of Leo, we have double Leo right there. Triple Leo, if we think, if we look at the sun that was there too. But beyond that, this, to me, it allows my heart. How do I want to say this? Like as this night, let's just say, comes towards me. First of all, I feel like your guides are saying, this person's coming in the light, where you've dealt with a lot of dark energy. This is different. This is different. And then, well, hello, Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so to me, the Ace of Pentacles is something that's coming into your physical world. It is a soul seed of intention. It is meant to be on your wheel, and it makes sense coming right over the levers. You know, I feel like this is a little bit of everything, but I am not going to leave love out of it because I feel like this is talking about the potential of great love. But again, this person just feels like the Knight of Cups just feels like I know the right time to come in, and I'm not going to be super aggressive because I feel like I don't think the other person would respond well to that. But I am going to communicate. I am going to start the ball rolling. I have a feeling they're going to help turn this Three of Pentacles around. They're going to make you believe in you again. Um, I'm hoping that you already do that. But if you don't, it feels like they're there to help with that also. Ace of Pentacles often feels a blessing. right? Again, it comes into your life and it's truly meant to expand you, expand your world. But it is an ace, or another way of saying that it is a seed. So it's going to be up to me whether I'm going to nurture that seed. Well, that's what the feminine energy would do. That's what the Empress would do. But doesn't always guarantee that's what I'm going to do. Because if I don't nurture this seed, then it itself may just dry up and die. But, I feel like I had to just say that, but I don't feel that that's what's going to happen. So, you know, boy, does it feel like a change of energy, untrustworthy into what feels much more loving and abundant, and an energy or let's just say a relationship that can truly take root. To me, that means something that can last forever. And maybe that's exactly what it is meant to be. This is probably soulmate energy, if not for some of you, like a twin flame type energy. And I feel like, I feel like sometimes we like get mad at the universe. Like, why did I have to have that experience? Well, because your soul's strong enough. And, you have to understand that. Like, I know some people get mad when I say that, but it is, to me, it's the truth. To me, it's the truth. So, anyways, the Ace of Pentacles. So, this Knight of Cups says, I'm bringing in an unexpected couple fulfillment. I can't really plan it. The person's coming in the light. The person's on your wheel. It just feels meant to be. It's coming in the form of communication, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe pretty quickly, then it turns into like physical type, and I don't mean like sexual, I mean like I ask someone on a date or they ask me on a date and I say yes. All right, we have justice for Libra. I'm taking what's face up first. Heart of Libra. So, some of you may be divorcing whoever that Seven of Swords is. If it's not a divorce, you're cutting ties. Justice, I feel, when it shows up in a reading, it's about making you whole again. Why is my screen so dark? Drives me crazy. I know a lot of you said go into your settings, but I have gone into my settings, but yet it keeps going dark on me. Unless maybe I'm just seeing it that way. Anyways, um, so justice is about making you whole again. It's the balancing in your life. Without balance, well, we feel off kilter, right? When we're off kilter, nothing feels right. Everything, just feels like challenges just keep coming. So cutting ties. And I feel like definitely with the Seven of Swords, I have no doubt of that. For some of you, can certainly mean a Libra. Then we have the Seven of Wands. It's about standing your ground, judgment, your spiritual team, calling you to the present moment. Why? It's going to be a rebirth. Well, they're not kidding because what are they mirrored by? The Ace of Pentacles. And judgment calling you to the present moment. And I love that it's coming over the reversal of the Ten of Swords because as these swords fall out of my back, like I'm opening more and more. Oh my God, my screen looks so dark right now. But I'm opening more and more to all the potential of what can be. Again, your spiritual team is sending in this Ace of Pentacles over the lovers. And then the Ace of Wands. Okay, I want to try something. I'm going to bring up a program or an app, see if it will help lighten everything up. God, it looks so dark. Ace of Wands, inspiration, action. It did show in reverse, but I'm not really that worried about it because I feel like the inspiration is still there. I feel like because the Knight of Wands came in reverse, I just feel like it means, again, the slowing down of energy. So I feel like I'm leaving the energy or cutting out whoever that Seven of Swords energy belongs to, coming back to me again. I'm even understanding that, as I'm able to leave this energy, I feel stronger within myself, right? I'm starting to believe in myself again. My creativity is starting to open up. I'm starting to see the signs from my guides and I'm believing in them. So the Ace of Pentacles, it's still going to show. The Ace of Wands, is the energy of action. Well, I felt this night was going to be very patient. So I feel like this is not saying that I'm definitely going to say no, but I may not move as quickly as maybe I normally did. All right, I want to go right below that. We have the Four of Cups. Ah, I swear to God, I feel like my screen looks so dark. Now I'm going to get rid of that. Sorry, guys. I want that to go away. Just going to try something. The heck? It's like nothing's responding. I don't know. Let's see if that helps. But anyways, back to this. Four cups. Discontentment, boredom in one's own life. However, this person's receiving a cup. Well, that's what the Knight of Cups is doing, bringing in a cup. This is an energy of using your spiritual discernment as it relates to whether you accept that cup. I feel like I gotta bring um and it's coming over the reversal of the Three of Pentacles. Again, maybe for a period of time, I wasn't believing in my unique self. So I do feel like, for what do I have to do? I got to cut ties, not just to the person, but to their way of thinking that maybe have landed in my mind. Um, but this is like the universe responding to, like someone who is dissatisfied with their life and is saying, we're going to offer you something. It sits upon your will. It is up to you to accept it. You don't have to. But I don't know how you could turn it down, to be honest. And again, I feel like someone's willing to take it slow. I feel like that will work for you also. Two swords. Two swords. Blindfold. So it kind of feels like within the two swords, because in a way I'm kind of blocking an opportunity. Because I have a blindfold on. So I get it. If person in the Seven of Swords, it may have been like a narcissistic type of energy, and it takes time to overcome that energy. And by the way, don't try to change them because it's not going to happen. You're going to end up living their life. And this is about living your life and all it can be. So rip off that blindfold. You know what I mean? Be completely truthful and honest with yourself. That's another message of judgment is truth, like your truth. Again, the sun is right above it. So I feel like judgment's bringing in this Ace of Pentacles. Um, and I feel like they're trying to inspire you, but this blindfold could be a little bit of like, but I don't want what I had. Well, I feel that this is completely different. So maybe it's saying, don't be afraid to take it slow. Maybe it starts with just communication, and maybe like the communication is on the phone, or messages, and like, listen, maybe, I think of Sam and I, like, we talked for like 5 years on the phone before we actually came together. So there's nothing wrong with taking it slow. High Priestess is underneath that Two of Swords. And I feel like it's a message for you. Like your spiritual team is saying, your intuition is a gift. And the more that you can trust it, it's like your GPS in this lifetime. The more you can trust it, the more you can trust yourself. The more you can trust the energy that's coming towards you. All right, let's take one more. And I may go back and look at a few things. I'm really bummed out about this light. Like, what the heck? Again, it may just be me. Look at that, the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is showing you why the Two of Swords is here. Nine of Swords talks about unnecessary worry. Your spiritual team is pointing it out for you. Like like things that have landed in my head, my thought system, can definitely affect me as my future starts to move forward. Again, the Ace of Wands in reverse. It doesn't negate that there can be passion and desire. It just means like I may be afraid to take the action to move forward. Well, I feel like the Knight of Cups has got it covered. I feel like your spiritual team has got it covered. Now, it's just bringing you to that point. And listen, whenever that time is, that time is. But the blindfold won't serve you, right? And if you have discontentment in your life, but yet there is this cup that's being offered to you, and you worry about that, then that is more reason to make sure you don't have a blindfold on. It's saying this is about trusting your intuition. And don't be afraid to take something slow again. You know, the Nine of Swords is about unnecessary worry, and it's coming directly from your spiritual team. Okay, I'm going to come back over and I want to look at the lovers. Whoa, look at that, the lovers again. Huh. The Four of Wands. I hope you can see this. That's a marriage card, guys. That's a commitment card. This person, whoever is in the lovers with you, I feel like will have no problem making a commitment to you. And then look at this, the Ace of Cups, love. I don't set out to make a love reading, but my God, this is it's not only talking about love, it's talking about you and your creativity and your ability to truly create abundance for yourself and to gain that independent nature. And I feel like as you do that, listen, it doesn't guarantee you that like fear won't raise its ugly head. But your spiritual team is saying, but if you don't wear a blindfold, if you're willing to face the truth, and understand that, not all people are like whoever the Seven of Swords is. This person is not. My God, this is soulmate energy or twin flame energy, no doubt in my mind. This energy, the Four of Wands to me, they call it the marriage card. I call it the commitment card. But ultimately, to me, it means everybody who's in that energy wants to be in that energy. It can even be blended families. Um, like our children, like my children and their children, and like we come together. Now, does it happen immediately? I feel like you're going to feel it immediately. I do feel like you're going to feel it immediately. How could you not? It is night and day. Okay, well, so I don't know. I don't think love can get any better than that. It doesn't guarantee there won't be challenges or obstacles, but these people, these lovers, work it out together. This is the energy of where, I don't run at the first sight of trouble. We're able to work it out together. But I do want to go back up and just see if there's anything else I need to know about the Seven of Swords. King Cups. Could certainly be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, but this could certainly be someone who, listen, they could have been sharing their cup with others. And by the way, you would already know this. Like, I don't do readings where I'm saying, oh, be prepared, someone's going to cheat on you. You would already know that. Like, that may be why I brought up my ex-husband, who, by the way, was the King of Cups. Um, gave his love to everyone but me. You know what I mean? So even though we had two beautiful children together, do I miss being in that relationship? Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Now I'm in a very loving relationship. And even the relationship before this one was a very loving relationship. So night and day. And I just wanted to know who that Seven of Swords was. So I feel like it's someone who potentially a taker, but also, you know, let's just say the King of Cups can be a very flirtatious type of energy. But I do feel like they're giving their cups away to others, and you deserve better. Period. All right. I feel like I want to leave it there, but I think what I'm going to do. Let's read giving and taking because I feel like it's an important lesson, and then we're going to read gratitude. This is a message about bringing your life into greater balance. Are you resentful of your role as caretaker, or do you feel like you're being used or unappreciated? If so, you need to balance your giving tendencies through creating and noticing opportunities to receive. If this seems impossible because others aren't cooperating, then Mother Mary will help you heal this pattern. It's exactly what she does in the Ten of Swords. Of course, that's you healing it. Occasionally, people will be imbalanced in giving too much, where they're taking or expecting to receive more than they're willing to give. Signs of this include feeling stuck or stagnant, experiencing a lack of new opportunities or financial difficulties. Both patterns are easily elevated by practicing daily giving and receiving. You can even count how many times you give and make sure to receive an equal number of times. Examples of giving include smiling at a person or saying hello, volunteering your help, making a donation, offering a sincere compliment, making time for someone, and being a good listener. Examples of receiving include noticing beauty around you, saying thank you and meaning it, feeling appreciation and gratitude for your current blessings, and requesting and accepting someone's help. Okay, let's read we just read gratitude. Did I just read gratitude? No, giving and taking. Gratitude. God is generous and loving and desires the very best for you and all of his beloved children. If you've been feeling forsaken or forgotten, this card reminds you of the magical power of gratitude. No matter what the current situation may be, there is always something to be grateful for. Take one moment to review your blessings, including being alive, the sunset, the sunrise, birds singing, and so forth. As your heart warms with gratitude for all that you currently have, You open yourself to receive more. Today, practice saying thank you repeatedly, out loud, and silently. These words are the keys that open the doors to happiness, abundance, and fulfillment. Wow. Now, I feel like in no way is it saying stay with whoever is in that Seven of Swords energy. It's quite the opposite. Six of Swords is showing me that you're able to leave that energy, leave it in the past where it belongs, right? Don't try to heal those who just can't be healed. Or, another way of saying that is sometimes it's just not your job to heal them. Like, do you feel like some of you are dealing with some type of narcissistic type energy? And I feel like there's only one way out, and that is leaving that energy. Don't live their life. This is about getting back into your life. And if someone is telling you that you're unlovable or no one's going to love you, well, they're wrong because this is showing quite the opposite. I feel like, the lesson sits upon your will, but so does this next love sit upon your will. And this is a blessing. I mean, both lovers are now together. The Four of Wands, they're willing to make that commitment to each other. Not willing, they want to. And the Ace of Cups, unconditional love. I don't feel you had that up here, but I feel like that is what you're having down here. And your spiritual team is being very active in helping you. They're saying, get out of your head. Take off these blindfolds, right? Don't believe what other people have told you about yourself. Understand that you were uniquely created to come into this lifetime to live many different experiences. The Empress has learned so much, and she's learned to take off the blindfold. She's learned, if I was in a repeat pattern, I see it now, and I'm not going to do it anymore. Your spiritual team is like blowing that trumpet, right? They're sending you inspiration. Now, I do feel like maybe for a little while I may shut it down, but I do feel like you are going to accept the communication from whoever this Knight of Cups is. This Knight of Cups is bringing you an unexpected of fulfillment. Well, there it is. There it is. They fulfill their mission. So this is someone who doesn't just, this is someone who puts action behind their words. Do I think this potentially will be your next husband, your next wife? I do. Do I feel like this, and it doesn't have to be a marriage, but do I feel like this may be potentially be the next person that you spend the rest of your life with? I do. But don't forget about the lessons, right? Like the Empress, like don't forget about this independent, right? First, I feel like I've got to find that independent nature within myself. This is willing to put in the work and then being the benefactor of that. But I love how it goes from an independent energy, the sun, illumination, bringing out that inner child to the Ten of Pentacles. That's the house that takes root. Just feels like that's what's meant to be. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Again, I apologize if this reading is dark. It might just be how I'm seeing it. But I don't know. Now I got to figure out how to get. Okay. Anyways, I love you guys. I thank you for everything you do for this channel. I thank you for your donations. I thank you for subscribing. And I thank those who have been with me. I feel like we're a big old soul family. Thank you for sharing the video because sometimes you just don't know who you're helping. Like sometimes someone else may be stuck with like a narcissistic type energy and, it's hard for them to figure their way out. It's kind of like the roadmap, right? Remember the high priestess, it's your GPS for this lifetime. Use it. Use it. Love, love, love. But not just love. Abundance. You feel like you got it all. But it feels like you've been through it all at the same time, right? Like you've been through hell and now you're moving towards heaven. All right, I'm going to let that be. I love you guys. I thank you. And I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.